Hey guys, I want to say thanks for all the comments and the shares on the last video where we talked about how to wake up your spiritual life. And we talked about a really simple practice in Scripture and what we can do with Scripture. Well, today I want to talk about prayer and how we can wake up our prayer life. So again, last video we talked about this simple practice of writing out a Scripture on a Post-it note. And today I want to talk about what is it that we can do to really awaken our spiritual life when it comes to prayer. Because most of us would say, man, my prayer life is just kind of sleepy, or when I pray, I don't really feel like anything's happening. I don't even know what to say. But I want to give you just a great framework that I believe is going to really help wake up your spiritual life. Well, my name is Scott Longyear. I serve as the lead pastor for Maryland Community Church. I also serve as pastor of the Experience Conference, and I get to speak and talk to a ton of different people every year. And when I speak to them, most of us share this in common, that we say, I really want my spiritual life to be more vibrant. So how can you wake up your spiritual life? Let me give you a framework on how to pray. I call this the Choral Method, C-A-R-L, the Choral Method. I haven't heard this anywhere else. I've just kind of taken and mushed some different stuff together. But this is a framework that works for me, the Choral Method. Here's what that means. C-A-R-L, it's just those letters stand for something different. So C stands for confession. So when I'm starting to pray, I'm confessing. God, I want to confess this sin to you. God, I want to confess my sins to you. God, I want to confess my jealousy or my anger or my lust, whatever it is. But I start with confession. That's C. Then I move to the A of Choral, which is adoration. Right? God, so I've confessed. Now I'm going to adore God. God, I just adore you because all that you've created, because of all that you've done, because of what you've done in my life. So I'm spending time adoring God. So C, confession. A, adoration. R then is request. God, here's what I need in my life, or what I believe I need in my life. God, could you heal this? Could you take care of this? Could you change this? Now, what happens in our life is most of the time we'll start with the R. We'll start with the request. We just roll right in like, God, I need this. God, I need this. God, I need this. And in this Choral framework, what happens is we're able to confess, we're able to adore, and then we present our requests before God. And then the L stands for listen. The listen. Once we're done confessing and adoring and asking for our request, then we listen. Most of us don't listen very well. I know I struggle with listening. And so part of our prayer framework really needs to be, God, I'm just going to be quiet now. And if you have anything that you want to speak to me, I just invite you to speak to me. Now, for some of you, that may be like a little bit weird, but just stop and quiet yourself and listen. Scripture says, be still and know that I'm God. So there's a point where we just have to be quiet, because prayer really is a conversation. It's a two-way street. And so you may just be quiet for a few moments, and maybe you're like, it's just kind of weird. God's not really speaking or doing much to me or saying much to me, and that's okay. And you just go back the next time and then do the same thing. And know that he doesn't just speak there. He speaks through Scripture and other people, and he does that. But we need to make sure that we're listening. You may be like, man, I don't know. That just seems like it's really difficult. I don't know if I can do all of that. Well, listen, I've got a brand new resource that's coming out next week. I can't tell you what it is yet. It's coming out next week, and it's going to have this and so many more tips to help us to awaken our spiritual life. As a matter of fact, in the next video, which you'll see on Friday, I'm going to explain what this resource is. So finally, the cat's going to be out of the bag. You have to know this: when this resource comes out, we're actually going to run a limited special when we launch this, and you're going to hear more about that as well. So listen, would you do this? Would you comment below if there are some ways that you pray, or some ways that prayer has really brought your spiritual life awake? Could you comment there below and just help share with some other people? Like, here's what I do when I pray, or here's been a great tip for me. And if this video has been helpful to you, then make sure you share it around as well. And we will see you next time.